Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to the road to Grandmaster. Got a really cool game for you here once again today. We're back with the pro players. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. We've got Alex, the Pro G from Tricked Esports, and we've got Sport Billy from Playing Duck. Sport Billy, I'm recording this Saturday. Actually recording this one right after the Jaina video I just commentated on, trying to get some of these things done. I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days, so trying to just churn these out very early on before kind of setting up next week. And yeah, got a bunch of doesn't matter, you guys don't care anyway. Going into this though, but yeah, Sport Billy, he was pretty much the MVP of Europe on Friday of the HTC Week 2, so pretty excited to see him here in this video. Worth noting as well, this was before the little balance patch that came out, I think on that Friday actually. I think this was recorded probably on Thursday. So do bear that in mind. Enemy team does ban out Sylvanas as the first ban. We ban out Ragnaros. Don't want to let Ragnaros go through. And the enemy team grabs Zul. Zul will be rotating between the top two lanes. That's what he does on Blackheart's Bay. Soaks two lanes at the same time for his team, which opens up his team to rotate around the rest of the map, put pressure on the bottom, put pressure on the Merc camps, put pressure on the turn-in point. Can be pretty effective. Alex the Pro G grabbing Arthas. I believe it is one of his favorite heroes, and we get the Malfurion as well. So a nice couple of picks for us. And then Project Salt here picks up Valera. Now I know what you're saying. Awesome stuff, Nubkeks. You must be really happy because Valera has a terrible win rate at the moment. And normally I would be very happy. I had played a game prior to this one though, and he had been in it, and he was actually quite good at Valera. He was actually very good at Valera. Probably the best one I've seen, actually. I've seen a lot be really awful, but this guy was pretty damn good in that previous game. So yeah, I've got mixed feelings about this. I think it could be pretty effective. I'm actually pretty open-minded. They also grabbed Gul'dan as well, so they've gone all in on their damage dealers. Which is not super ideal for them, but we'll see how it goes. Valera will have a bit of a tough time against Arthas. She won't be very difficult for her to get a stealth attack off on him. I mean, bear in mind that his Frozen Waste will obviously reveal her in stealth, unless it's within that first 1 second of stealth. But she won't be able to kind of come up and I don't think she has the range to hit Arthas if, like, during a team fight coming out of stealth. If she's like entering the team fight in stealth and he has his Frozen Tempest active, I don't think she can do that. So that's something to bear in mind. They've also got Gul'dan. A little bit overkill maybe in terms of the wave clear then for them on this map when they've got Zul doing it, but Gul'dan is not a terrible choice in general. Pretty solid overall. Sport Billy, considering playing Tychus, considering playing the... I love someone was like the bumblebee stung face of Li Ming, and that particular skin is a bit weird. He's going to switch over to Vala. I think it's a really good choice. And Tassadar as well. Tassadar, as you know, I actually think Tassadar changed it from my tier list. I actually think he is really strong with the damage build. This guy, I believe, goes for mostly support build, which is kind of interesting. Yellow Flash, obviously a pretty well-known player on the enemy team as well. He picks up Diablo. Not a pro player, but a very good amateur player. I believe he's not a pro player. He might be in the open division, I'm not entirely sure. And they grabbed the Oriel as well. So they got the Oriel Gul'dan combo, which has not been our friend this season. Whenever I picked an Oriel, like, Gul'dan has been pretty terrible. But we'll see if the enemy team has such bad luck. We'll see, I don't know. Anyway, I'm wondering what my teammates want me to play here. I'm thinking of, you know, maybe Leoric, maybe... What else was I hovering? I can't remember now. Varian as well. Anyway, our teammate says Varian is better, but like we don't have time to switch because there was less than a second left on the clock by the time I managed to read that. So we're gonna go with Leoric. I think Leoric is just fine as a pick. Just fine as a pick. We're gonna be able to drain life out of Diablo. We're not like an ideal kill target. Grandmasters galore. Oh, Mayushi, he's number 7 Grandmaster. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Sport Billy number 29. Alex the Pro G number 85. Now that being said, of course, you know, this is Hero League. I don't know. Actually, I was going to say I would imagine that Sport Billy and Alex the Pro G, even though they're lower rank, are much better than Mayushi, but that's probably not being entirely fair, and it's also not entirely certain that the skills from the pro scene fully translate to the amateur scene here in Hero League, but I don't know, something worth considering anyway. But yeah, we are going to be playing Leoric. Worth noting, as we go into this game, I checked this, I had a good laugh. Leoric is my lowest win rate hero of all time. I have a 28% win rate on Leoric, so this should be fun. But this is, again, what I said in the previous video when we were playing with pro players as well. it's such a good opportunity. I love doing it because it's a great opportunity to actually get to play a hero and then to actually understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, because you know that your teammates are actually good. They're doing their job properly. And then if they're doing their job properly, and I've picked Leoric into a good team comp, a good map, should be a fairly good matchup for him. I'm going to be able to work out, you know, how to... there's a lot that I can learn in this game, so I was really excited to go into this. I'm like, I get to learn now in this game how I play well on Leoric, how I play badly on Leoric. I'll have a really good idea, because I know it's not my teammates just doing stupid things and then I'm losing because of it, or being on an unimpactful hero. My teammates are going to be doing pretty much exactly what they should be doing. They're going to be doing it to a really high level, so the mistakes I make are going to be fully my own, and I can learn so much from that. That's why I love, you know, actually getting good games, and why I've been so frustrated with a lot of the games in Master so far, because they have not been good. Anyway, we've got Diablo down fairly low, but they've got a really strong push combo here, unfortunately. It's going to be tough for us. Gul'dan will basically provide infinite energy right here. We're trying to poke these guys out a little bit. Should have sidestepped that Gul'dan E a bit more, but we will survive. We are getting pushed in hard. Now, the good news is that because they've sent 3 heroes down bottom, and they're 3 very powerful heroes, they basically just have Zul, and who's their other hero? Valeera. They've got Zul and Valeera in the top 2 lanes, so our team should be winning those quite dramatically. And you can see they've already picked up a kill, which is really nice. We actually got clipped by the end of that from the Gul'dan. Mayushi, you're hitting us, doing a bit of poke. We're going to heal up a little bit. Gravity Hand versus Drain Hope comes out roughly even. But yeah, definitely having a very tough time sustaining in this bottom lane. But again, if our teammates are leaving us here, it's because they're going to be getting kind of better value elsewhere on the map. Now, in a pretty tough spot, going very low on life. We got Yellow Flash very low as well. But this fort is in trouble. Letting my teammates know in case they haven't noticed that the fort is in trouble. But again, they should hopefully be winning better than the enemy team is by setting these things down bottom. You can see we're already significantly up in terms of XP, and we've actually got 7 coins as well, so it should be pretty good. Get hit by the Gul'dan thing and actually pop Wraithwalk with my level 4 talents. Come to talents in a second to try to mitigate some of that damage. At this stage, the big question I was having for the last like minute or so of this game was, should I actually just die? I actually just got killed there. But should I just die and respawn? Like, after we clear out a wave and we're really low on life, should we actually just suicide into the enemy heroes? Because we're gonna respawn. Like, look, we respawn super fast. We have enough time to actually respawn between minion waves, so I'm kind of wondering, should I actually be doing that? I think I probably should have been. So that was something I could have done better, for sure, in this game. We almost killed Yellow Flash. I probably, again, was considering maybe I should chase him and just die because I'm Leoric and come back alive. This is something I don't know because I just don't play that hero, and he's not played that commonly. So that was definitely a question I was left with kind of at this stage in the game, is going, would it actually be better to just give them the XP for my death, but then in turn return with full life and mana, be able to depush the lane a little bit better, to fight them under the fort a little bit better? I'm not entirely sure either way. Valeera has gone in here. We hit her with our W, which will reveal her, knock her out of stealth. Remove some of her movement speed. We're going to chase her down, hit her with the Q. Excuse me, I'm choking slightly. Good dodge. Gets away from Alex Approachy right there. And at this stage, she's too fast for me to catch up with. She'll have stealth soon as well anyway. But hopefully our teammates will be able to pick up the kill. Vala on the chase. Looks like she just about escaped. Well played from Valeera, using her stuff pretty much to max potential to get out of a very sticky situation. Like I said, this Valeera player, he's pretty smart. Really good dodge against Alex Approachy right there on the Arthas. Talents, I didn't mention those. I picked up Reanimation at level 1. I wanted more lane sustain. Hopelessness would have been a good option as well, but I felt I wouldn't necessarily need it here. As you can see though, we've only got 4 regen globes. Because of the way the early lane went, this has actually ended up being a bad talent choice. We're not actually getting any value out of it. Or very little value out of it, because we just haven't been able to farm the regen globes. But I thought that we might be like double soaking top more than we were. Excuse me, Arthas can obviously solo lane pretty well too. So it would have depended which way it went. And Tassadar is good at double soaking. So it could have gone a number of different ways. We're going to come over here, try to slow down this Valeera, but she does pick off Vala. Really well played. Like I said, once again, I'll try to stop saying this. You're probably getting bored, but the dude is pretty good on Valeera. Pretty good on Valeera. And that's rare, which is why I'm pointing it out so much, at least so far anyway. Level 4 I picked up Hardened Bones. During Wraithwalk we gain 25 armor, taking 25% less damage. Figured that would be a pretty good idea. Nice rotation by the enemy team. This is going to be a very, very dead Malfurion. We're just going to slow them down a little bit and then just Wraithwalk out. Like, he's not going to live. Potentially we could get a bit of a flank off. Arthas on the way. Tassadar double soaking. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Zool is dead once again. Our team are doing a great job of killing that Zool. We are up in terms of XP. We're just lurking here. Just lurking, keeping an eye on things, protecting the Vala, making sure that Arthas is okay as well. Just being very cautious. We don't want to do too much. Just slow these guys down. We can actually interrupt this. This is me screwing up my level 7 talent. I picked up Ghastly Reach. Increases range of skeletal swing by 25%. I thought that Q would hit the Diablo. It did not. So just not on top of the skill shots here. I missed a couple of grabby hands too as well, which is a bit of a problem. Ah, there you go. Speak of the devil. Completely missed that one. And I'm going to die because of it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go back in at this stage. Just soak up some hits for our team, zone them out. We saw Zool was coming in, so we wanted to kind of disengage. Actually looks like Arthas in a bit of a problem. We're going to use our Q in ghost form to slow down the enemy team. Arthas on the run. He's going to pop his Army of the Dead. That should help him escape on a nice route, and he does manage to walk away. Valera's still going after him, though. Don't think she can get him. Zool looks like he's going to die in the mid lane. Yep, Zool dies once again. Really nice stuff. So me re-engaging in that fight was a bad idea. Missed the Q right there. Was kind of figuring he might be slightly overextended. Vala is pinging, and our teammates are pinging like they're crazy that they're on the way, so I said, hey, I'll do a big engage right here. Nice silence comes out. Get some good damage down on Project Salt. He's in a bit of trouble. Considering chasing after him, just going to zip around the Wraith Walk a little bit, but we didn't quite have the position to pull that off. So just going to join in with my teammates. See what they can do. Looks like we might go for an invasion here. We still have heroics and they don't, but they're going to hit level 10. There they go. They've got it now. So we need to be very careful here. Alex taking a few hits. We've got the grabby hand there on Diablo. It's doing a little bit of damage to him. Trying to fit between these, but it doesn't quite work out with the edge of the vent right there. So we are going to go down at this stage. Going to Wraith Walk out, throw out our grabby hand, throw a Q through the enemy team as well, and just run away. Just waste their time that little bit. Basically, we want to die as gracefully as possible is how I would say it. So Alex is calling for Arthas, or not Arthas, for Tastar to join the team a bit more. Be a big help in the team fights. We'll talk about part of why he's not joining in a second. Let's just pay attention here. We're going to respawn very soon, and we will have Entomb. But Arthas has gone fairly low. Leoric comes in. Hello. She actually used her dash, so that is an Entomb opportunity. Big root lands on the Entomb as well, but a fear from the Gul'dan helps to kind of prevent that fight. We're going to continue after these guys. They should be pretty low. We get the grabby hand in on Mayushi. He's gone pretty low. Yellow Flash actually cues out to us. Nice work by him, and he gets Crystal Aegis, but he does go down. Gul'dan in a bit of trouble now. Try to hit him with the Q, but just out of range. Once again, not quite up to scratch with that skill shot. Not quite aiming it correctly. Land the grabby hand in Gul'dan because he starts channeling his Drain Life. Want to make sure he dies as quickly as possible. And that's a couple of kills for us off the edge of that team fight. Leoric respawning in the middle of the fight. Always very nice to see. But, yeah, basically my goal with this build was to be just this tanky, dive them, and just absorb lots of damage. Basically, I want them to kill me first. I want them to kill me first. That's my goal. If they're killing me, they're not killing my team. That's what Alex wanted here. He wanted a main tank, and that's basically what I'm aiming to do, is to be that sort of main tank, just be in the back line, kind of harassing people. I was going to turn in those coins, but I actually decided we need to save this Tastar. He's in a little bit of trouble. Valeria spots me coming and backs off. She knows what's up. We should get ourselves a turn in here pretty safely. Alex is going to throw it in, which is good. He's got 8 coins, so that'll keep make him a little bit safer, able to be a bit more aggressive. And we're just going to move over to clearing some of these waves and clearing out some of these merc camps as well. Keeping an eye on the minimap here at the same time as well. We got big waves in top and middle that we do want to deal with. And yeah, speaking of, you'll see Tastar calling out these numbers during this game. I didn't realize at the time, but he's actually gone for Kala's Embrace. Or sorry, no, Kadarin Resonance. That's what it's called now. So he needs to collect 40 regen globes. 40 regen globes to empower his quest. We do land the grabby hand here on the Valera. She actually gets Crystal Aegis to save her life. Malfurion goes too deep and he dies. We get picked off as well during the stuns, which isn't terrible. It's not terrible for me to die, but the Malfurion going a bit too deep to try to secure that Valera kill, and then he got pounced upon by the enemy team. Very unfortunate. We got a bit too greedy for that kill. A bit too greedy. The smoke bomb helping her to stay alive. Couldn't be right-clicked by the Vala or the Arthas or anything like that, and was able to make it out alive. So definitely after that engagement, I was kind of going, okay, right. Can't afford to do that too much. But yeah, you can see we've tried a lot in this game, just Leoric things. But going to be tweaking the talent build a little bit to go a bit tankier. I wasn't actually super happy. I feel like I could have gone for better things in this game, and I'll talk about why as we go forward. Anyway, level 13 is here, and I decided to pick up Burning Rage. Just a bit more wave clear and a bit more damage in the team fights. In hindsight, I would have actually gone for Spell Shield. I think Burning Rage is a mistake. Spell Shield would have been better to protect against Valeera, to protect against the Gul'dan. Nice jukes by the Vala. You see what she did there? Or not Vala, the Valeera. She threw down the smoke bomb, then went into stealth, and went to the north, so completely juking the team. She's been quite the problem for us so far. Our team is going for the boss. That's fine. Tastar needs 13 globes to finish his quest. Once he finishes that quest, he can put shields that don't expire on us, which is pretty damn good. I need to collect some globes myself. As you can see, because he's been soaking, I've been falling very far behind on my soaking, which is a problem. I was expecting him. The standard build at the moment is to go for like Psi Infusion at 1. You basically go for a Psi Storm build, which is kind of the best overall. But anyway, this is an interesting call as well. So Alex wanted me to go with the boss. I wanted to go to the bottom lane to clear it out. So at the time I was like, well, this is a huge wave down bottom. This is actually going to put a lot of pressure on our bottom keep. I want to clear this out and get the XP for us as well. I can do it very quickly. Shouldn't be a problem. So that's kind of the thought process behind that. And like, the boss will free us up to make stuff happen around the map, get pressure on the map, take out merc camps, get a turn in. That's why I went for that. And normally that would be the right call. But actually I can understand now, I think about it, why Alex wanted to push with the boss. Which is, if you look at the enemy composition, they got Azul, Diablo, Oriole, Gul'dan, and the Valeera. They actually have a very, very bad boss-taking team. Whereas we've got Vala with Tastar. We've got a really good pushing team. So it actually does make sense that we would push in with the boss, right? It actually does make sense that we would do that. Because they simply don't have the... they just don't have a team comp that's able to defend against it very well. You know, Zul, Valeera, neither of them are good against the boss. And, you know, like Gul'dan, much like Zul, he's all about AoE. So they're not that good at single target damage. They'd have a really tough time. So that's kind of what was going on there. So I thought that was really interesting as well. Sort of the strategic stuff going on. Now, me going and clearing out the bottom lane wasn't bad. I mean, we did get a turn in. We got good control of the map. We, you know, prevented a lot of damage on the bottom, so that was, like, fine. I should have pressed my E a little bit earlier. So taking some damage here. Malf will heal us up. It's not a huge deal. A little bit of overextension. Didn't spot Valeera coming in and took a lot of damage because of that. If we had seen her coming, we would have been able to eat out early and it would have been just fine. But not seeing the stealth meant that we took a lot of damage and wasted a bit of Malf. A couple of Malf's cooldowns. I think it took 3 Qs from Malf to heal us back up. So a bit of a waste there. But you can see we've got shields from Tastar on everyone right now. He needs 6 globes to finish this off. We have half shields permanently now. Well, you know, they will expire and stuff. They won't expire, but, you know, damage will break them. And it's got an 8-second cooldown. And we get an Entomb down on the Oriole. And at this stage, we are just tanking up this bottom left-hand, right-hand side of the fight. That's just our goal here. We just want to tank for our team. We want to be in the back line, slowing these guys down. That's our goal. Missed the W on Zul. That's a big mistake. And that means that I die. Wouldn't have died if I hit that W. And Zul lives. You can see Vala and Arthas actually chasing down the Valeera. And hopefully they get the kill on her. But I die in the end. So it ends up being, at least so far, a 1-for-1 trade, which is not ideal. I expected when I was going back in there that there were more of our teammates were there. They were not, and it looks like Valeera made it out. And even these guys, these very good players, are not used to playing against Valeera. And overcommitting a bit to the chase. Oh well. It was a bit unfortunate, that death there by me. Again, it's not the end of the world, because we are Leoric, but it sucks. Again, I think we were in range for that regen glow, but because we were respawning, we didn't get it. I'm actually not sure. Maybe we were just out of range because of the respawn. Bit unfortunate. We have a lot of coins, though. Excuse me. Our middle keep is down for the enemy, which is very nice. I'm just going to scout this out and zone the enemy team off. Found Valeera. Hello, friend. Thinking I might catch Zul. No such luck. We're just going to E out of here. Nice rain of vengeance from Sport Billy, slowing them down. Gonna throw out my Q as well and an Entomb just to put them under a bit of pressure here. Once again, catch Meushi with the grabby hand. Doesn't do too much damage, just keeping us alive. We are tanking up quite a lot. Go down, and big fear from Gul'dan comes out as well, which is going to help out his team. Level 16, I actually made a good talent choice this time. My enemy team re-engaging here. Vala goes low. She will go down. Despite the silence, Archon comes out. It's not quite enough. Arthas had to back off as well. Our team will just about make it off. Nice route. Will protect Tastar from being chased, so we don't need to worry about that. That was a good team fight for the enemy though, and they're up a talent advantage, or a level advantage now. Level 16 I picked up Imposing Presence, so heroes and summons that attack us have their attack speed slowed, and we can activate it to slow attack speed and movement speed. This will just disrupt these team fights that little bit. Getting Entomb down on the Oriole, but she does Crystal Aegis. Should have held off my W until then, so that's a bit of a problem. Anyway, we activate. We get in the middle of the enemy team and activate our number 1 ability. Slowing down their attack speed kind of hurts Zool. Also, the slowed movement speed will help a lot as well. I'm chasing the Oriole, but she gets a nice heal, and she's got minions here on top of it as well. Those minions are body blocking me. It's a big problem. We actually get taken out by the minion wave, and we actually have a Valeera behind us who kills the Gul'dan, which is a disaster. Arthas chasing down Diablo to the top hand side, and looks like he's not going to get the kill either. So again, just slight miscalculations from us. Everyone is fighting on the very edge. Sport Billy though saves the day, comes in, picks off Valeera, gets 11 coins back, takes a Merc Camp, gets 2 more. In fact, there's another 2 coins to the north there, I think. So Sport Billy comes in, saves the day, kills the Valeera, gets the coins back, and it's not too bad, but very close, the slimmest of margins there in that team fight. It looked like we would get the kill on all those heroes. What I should have done there, in that particular fight, if you can watch it again if you want to, because it was so close, I should have actually focused the Gul'dan instead of chasing the Oriole. Just let the Oriole run away and chase the Gul'dan. Shouldn't have gone through that minion wave, which slowed me down and killed me. Should have killed Gul'dan, and we would have got a kill, and it would have been just fine. Overcommitted to chasing the Oriole. Thought we had more heroes there. Just kind of getting it a little bit wrong. Using my the armor from Hardened Bones there to tank up some of the damage from this boss. Tastar shield helping as well, of course. Move out of that, grab the boss. We got another Tastar shield come in. He's finished his quest, so now the Tastar shields are super strong. So the quest is pretty crappy. That the Q quest for Tastar, it's pretty bad until you get 40 regen globes. It took him 17 minutes of like pretty hardcore farming, but we've got it now, and this is a big advantage for us. At this stage, it becomes incredibly good, and it's a big advantage for us. We're going into this fight with probably most of us having a shield on us, and then we're going to get 3 seconds of resistance when that shield expires. That's a pretty big deal. Mess up that Entomb, going to cancel it straight away. Get the grabby hand in on Yellow Flash. I'm just going to use my E to get out of here. Take a Gul'dan hit on the way out. But we are going to come down here, take this chest. And we should have a nice push coming in as well. The boss is pushing top. We have 23 regen globes, make that 24. And yeah, we're saying don't fight until Army of the Dead is back up. It's a good idea. And then also don't fight until we get level 20 as well. The enemy team will hit level... Never mind, they keep going down. We should actually hit 20 at the same time. So that's pretty good. We got a lot of coins as well. So we can just sit back at this stage. Let the minion waves and the merc camps like push out the map for us. And then we can go in and get a turn in. Just gonna grab this real quick. Myself and Tastar can burn it down. And then we can make our way over to the team. Another regen globe. We're up to 26. We need 30 to finish the reanimation quest, which reduces our death timer by 10 seconds, which, as you can see, would be pretty useful in this game. Would be pretty nice. There you go. We get a turn in. Too much map pressure for the enemy team to deal with it. And this will be... maybe even their bottom keep going down. So they're in a pretty rough spot. Oriole comes in. Maybe a bit early on the Entomb. Diablo actually bolts in with Hellgate. Does an Apocalypse. And we start getting focused down here. Going to heal off the Diablo. Actually, our Spectral Leech keeping us alive. Plus, this... very nice. The... shield from Tastar helps keep us alive as well. Arthas goes down. We get a Q off the enemy team though as we die. Another slow in death with our Q in death. And our team looks like they're going to win. Myself and Arthas died, but hey, if you want someone to die, you want the tanks to die. We're happy with that. Project Salt attempting to get a kill at the end, but it's not enough, and our teammates pick up the win. Diablo has respawned, but that's the rest of the enemy team dead. And this should be game for us. Their keep did go down. They've got no keeps left from that... or whatchamacallit, from the Cannon Barrage. And a nice fight for us. Oriole face checking, not the best idea, and she does pay the price for it. Again, I probably should have waited on the Entomb. That's something I learned as well, was saying wait on the Entomb or the W for Crystal Aegis in particular, because it can block, well, very much neutralize those abilities. So hold off just that extra half a second or so, and then do it. And that's like a more effective way of using it. And then I'll come back to the talents right here at the end as well. I want to talk about those too. There you go, guys. That is the end of the game. And I thought it was, you know, I thought it was actually pretty decent Leoric play overall. I thought I did a fairly decent job. A couple of bad talent choices. That's okay. But we did what our team needed us to do, which was just be the tank. be in the back line, soak up the damage, because if they're attacking us, they're not attacking Vala, they're not attacking Malfurion, they're attacking Arthas less, and yeah, we can tank up a lot of damage as Leoric and be pretty effective. And yeah, it worked out well. I mean, that last team fight kind of summed it up. I think, you know, we tanked up a lot of damage for our team and it worked out well. You can see we did a good chunk of damage ourselves, good siege damage and hero damage. As much siege damage as Vala pretty much, and good hero damage as well. Reanimation, Hardened Bones, Ghastly Reach, Entomb, Burning Rage, Imposing Presence, and Spectral Leech at level 20. So there you go. So yeah, I didn't mention Spectral Leech, but what that does, I could have gone for Hardened Shield. That wouldn't have been a bad option either. Though with the Tassadar having Kala's Light, I think it's called, which does give us 25 armor when the shield expires, wouldn't have got necessarily as much value. Plus, of course, Hardened Bones giving us armor as well. So I decided to go for Spectral Leech. So our basic attacks against enemy heroes do 5% of their max health and damage and heal us for the same amount. So that helped us a lot in that final fight, actually sustaining and staying alive. The extra heals from hitting Diablo, and then I think Oriel or someone when Diablo died, that ended up being a bunch of extra health that the enemy team didn't expect to come out. Of course, it was nice extra damage as well. And that just, I felt like that kind of comboed very well with the sort of setup we had and with sort of the playstyle I was going for. So at level 1, Reanimation is pretty good. Could have gone for Hopelessness as well. Better range on Drain Hope. Wouldn't have been terrible. Block, also not a terrible option. But yeah, Reanimation, again, it could have worked out okay, but then, you know, obviously I didn't really think about the fact that I would be stuck in a very tough solo lane actually for the start of the game, and that actually fell quite far behind in terms of the globe gathering. So we weren't actually farming the regen globes very well, so that talent didn't end up being the best, but in general it normally would be actually quite good on Blackheart's Bay. That would normally be your go-to on Blackheart's Bay for Leoric, because you not only have globes from the lanes, and you'll often be double soaking top as Leoric, but you also get globes from those all the merc camps as well. So you can finish that quest pretty quickly. I mean, Tassadar was doing it instead in this game. As you saw, he finished his 40 globe quest by 17 minutes. Normally that talent for Tassadar is not good because it's, you know, I say on most other maps you're not going to finish it until it's like too late to make an important difference. Hardened Bones at level 4. Really nice choice, especially I was very happy with that choice for this game in particular. It let us tank up even more damage in the team fight, be more sustainable, just be more of that tanky pain in the ass for the enemy team, which was exactly what I wanted to go for with this Leoric play. Willing Vessel is not necessarily terrible either, which improves your Drain Hope healing a little bit. That's a decent option. I'd probably take Hardened Bones over it myself, though it does have a good win rate, kind of looking at it, which is interesting. Much better than Hardened Bones, but I think Hardened Bones ought to be really good. Fealty Unto Death is excellent as well, though at the time I recorded this video, it was bugged. It was simply not working. I'm not sure if it's working anymore. But in normal Hero League games, if Fealty Unto Death is functional, again, I can't remember if they fixed the bug in the little bug fix patch they put out a couple of days ago by the time you're watching this video. When it is working, it is very good, giving you a lot more lane sustain and mana sustain, and that's normally super relevant in Hero League games. I think in a game like this, where it's a bit higher level and more focused on team fights and stuff, I think Hardened Bones was the better choice. Level 7 then, I picked up Ghastly Reach, improving the range of Skeletal Swing. I wanted to kind of lock down they had a lot of ranged heroes and a Valera who is quite fast, so I wanted to kind of hit them a bit more. So it wasn't a bad choice overall. Assign Renewal would have been good as well, healing 20% for max life. Paralyzing Rage, increasing the slow of our Skeletal Swing by 20%. That would have been good too. Even Lingering Apparition, increasing the duration of Wraithwalk. I think all the level 7 talents could work. I'm not sure that Ghastly Reach ended up being that good. Probably in hindsight I would have gone for Assign Renewal or Lingering Apparition, but it's not overly important, but that was kind of one to note. Entomb worked out very well. Level 13 Burning Rage, like sure it did some pretty decent damage probably in the team fight because we were in the middle of the enemy for a lot of it. But in hindsight I probably would have gone for actually the Spell Shield. Just go for that tanky Leoric, activate the Spell Shield once they start focusing me down, and again just be this beefy tank for our team, just really trying to soak up as much damage as possible. So in hindsight, that's what I would have gone for. Was very happy with Imposing Presence at level 16 for that movement speed slow, and just a bit of attack speed slow to be a little bit of a problem, just be a bit tankier. Unyielding Despair would have been pretty good as well. And then level 20, the Spectral Leech worked out pretty good. So there you go guys, that was Leoric. I was fairly happy with the gameplay overall. We died like 8 times or something. We died a lot, but again, we were Leoric, and our goal very much so in the team fights was that we would be the one. We had a couple of stupid deaths, that's okay. But our goal mostly in the team fights was to be the one who gets focused, to be the one that dies, to be the tanky tank that is absorbing the damage from our team, because we know that Arthas and the Vala, it's one of those lovely situations where they're both pro players. I know they're both really good players, and they're going to be doing an awesome job. If we take the pressure off them by just absorbing tons of damage, they're just gonna, you know, wreak havoc on the enemy team, and indeed they did. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Give it a thumbs up. That probably brings me to like 29 or 30% win rate on Leoric. Hooray! Hooray! I'm the greatest Leoric player ever. Confirmed. I don't know. Check out as well if you're curious. I did my proposal for a rework to Leoric, a pretty substantial rework to Leoric, which I think like fits in. I think it will make a lot of sense after watching this video as well. Where yeah, I wanted to make him feel more like you're hitting with a giant mace, because it really doesn't feel like that when you're playing him. He feels like he doesn't do much damage. It's more like you are this like weird tanky tank who throws out spectral hands, and you got this giant mace that doesn't do very much. It's kind of odd. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you all again next time for more Heroes of the Storm. Bye bye.